Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lombardo, host of VendorVibes and Fractional CMO. Today, I'm here with my friend Talia from Hosteeva. Hello, Talia.
Hey, Rebecca, I'm really excited to be here today. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, what is Hosteeva?
So, Hosteeva, we get this question a lot, especially being a vendor in the space. So, Hosteeva, we are a full service property manager. We've been around for about 10 years. In that time, we built our own custom property management software that's used by our teams, has been continuously developed and innovated through the time. And they have actually recently brought me on to sell the platform to market just like a traditional PMS.
That's very interesting. 10 years.
Yes, 10 years. And when I first saw the software, it was they mentioned to me that, it was kind of being built around the same time Escapia was being built, right? So it's really all at the very beginning, the forefront. One of the big differences is the founders of Hosteeva, they met kind of one of those funny stories. We're at a happy hour, tech startup, met the Airbnb founders, and they were doing some other kind of tech thing called Smart Layover at the time. And they went home after the party and they said, "Hey, don't you have a couple extra houses in New Orleans? Like, I think we could try this out." And in time, they built it as a channel manager first. Like, oh, cool, this is working. What if we connect to all these places? What if we built a dynamic pricing tool involved in it? What if we did everything ourselves, right? And built it as a true PMS, building it to about 4,000 homes today is what we have. About 2,000 of those, half of them are about full service. And then 2,000 of them are co-hosted, right? So think of we do everything into up until cleaning and maintenance. But then your cleaners and maintenance teams can use our software.
Okay, so what would you say it makes you guys special?
I've been thinking about this question a lot because I knew you were going to ask me, and people ask that all the time. When I was recently at the STR Well conference, I was getting that from a lot of people. And really, I would think what makes us special is like we are property managers, right? Like this tool was built to service our team and is used every day. Every tool, module, piece that is made is used by one of our 200 team members that are from, the US to Armenia to Poland. So it also translates across languages, and that's where our AI kind of goes in that. So being that we use it every day, we kind of know what needs to work from a property manager standpoint, at the same time as having the development and the innovation to back it up. I really think that makes us really unique to be in both factors. I also think to some people that could be a weak point, right? Are we doing too much? Um, at the same time, but I think what we're good at is software, right? And the reason we're good at it is because we test and learn and we build things as we need them to happen, right? And that's our business. Our software is property management business.
So, is there a prerequisite to working with you guys? Do I need to have a certain type of software or accounting or any staff in place before I would reach out to Hosteeva?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I love that you actually pulled out accounting, right? Because people ask, that's the main topic people ask all the time. Our system completely supports the trust accounting system. We have a tool that can be automatically or manually used. So you really don't need a full team. Whether you are one person who owns one property or you're co-hosting for your neighbors or your friends, or you have 8 properties and hope to have 100 in a year, or you have 500 properties today and you've used every software out there and your next option is to build your own. We really have that option for anyone that's out there. We're lucky to have been successful in it for this long and bring it out and say, really we want it to be one size fits all for everyone. And how are we giving that to clients? We're really saying, like, what do you need? What do you need on a day to day, right? Like if the housekeeping and maintenance app is just really not something that you need to worry about day to day, you use a housekeeper that uses resort cleaning or something like that, that's okay. Let's focus on the pricing tool and the calendar and making sure that you're optimizing your rates and making sure the inbox is set up in any kind of AI or bot messages to help you respond to your guests, right? And then also in terms of that, we have some developers and of larger buildings. Hosteeva is more known in multifamily, which I think is why we're kind of a newer name to the vacation rental space. In there is, but developers and who may have developed a building, were like really excited about getting into the vacation rental Airbnb world with their boutique hotel, right? And then ready to launch and say, actually, I'm actually not prepared for this, right? So that's where we were able to step in and say we have a co-hosting option, right? Like we have a 24/7 guest services team that sits in Armenia that handles all of ours. They handle our co-hosting clients, guest inquiries, expert revenue management pricing team as well. So it's where you really get that hybrid approach, an option to choose. Like honestly, today maybe I want to do it all, but maybe in 6 months I don't, and vice versa.
Okay, so that's interesting that you can put it together that way. So it doesn't matter if I have one property or 1,000 properties, it's still a viable option.
Every time for anyone. I mean, that's really, we make it, it's custom built for you. Is kind of that idea.
Okay, and what would you say is a reason that your clients are really happy with you right now?
Right now, I would say is the ease of onboarding. That's to say a lot in software in this industry. I think, I've worked in a lot of softwares. Being that we have the team and support at this point in time, we're not really doing self-service onboarding, because what I've seen in the industry is onboarding or transitioning from any software, whether it's a PMS, is a lot of work. There's a lot of human error that can be in there. There's a lot of checks and balances and things that need to come your way. And a lot of it's communication. Property management is a 24/7 job, right? So, I mean, unless you're willing to call a property manager every 2 seconds to get the verification to connect their Airbnb or Verbo, right? It gets difficult, right? We're really doing everything for them. I mean, we are, from the moment you say you are ready to go, our team is building and transitioning everything from your other tech stack to our tech stack, making sure everything looks well. We have our support that's in there. Then you get a client success manager that reviews it with you, and we go live together. So really, that's what people has made us happy, is they, the biggest thing people say is like, I think you really are offering something great. I think this is amazing, but I can't go through another transition again. And it's funny because a lot of times my comment is, that's what they all say. And then after they're like, wow, you guys really did do it. Like you really did, step in and help us and do everything. And it's part of it is, we don't have a self-serve onboarding tool yet, but we're gonna get there, right? So it's teaching us what we don't know. But in my opinion, as a sales rep, I love it. I love that we have hands-on onboarding support. We know everything that's going on with every account, and we're just really able to tackle it in a better way by just having better, more open communication.
I've referred to changing PMS systems as the equivalent of getting a root canal. So if you guys are going to be anything other than that, we might have to come up with another analogy.
And that's really what it is. And I even see the headache as someone who, like, oh, say a salesperson came from software before, right? Where it was nice at some point, be like, the sale is done, you go log in, and not care about really what happened after that, right? I'm not saying not caring, like not trying to say in that way, but at this point, it's, it's not done until we actually or have every check and box done. It is ready to go. I mean, whether it's a HubSpot, a Trello board, or a Hosteeva board, there needs to be something that says we have hit everything. This has been reviewed. The person is ready to go. They understand how to make their changes, right? And at the same time, taking their feedback and giving it in a digestible format back to them to be able to operate on their own.
Okay. Well, it sounds good. If somebody wants to learn more, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can email me at tlockard@hosteeva.com. And also, we're very open to WhatsApp and everything, so we can put my phone number out there. Everybody already has it. I love a good WhatsApp message or a Facebook message or LinkedIn message that you want to chat with me. So my number is 337-349-9772.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat about this today. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, this is awesome. I'm excited to be here again. I'm excited to have another reason to, for you to be able to invite me on here.
Good, good. Well, we'll talk soon in person, I'm sure.
Yes.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Thanks everyone for listening. Cheers.